Hey everyone, this is Doc Drew. Today's video is going to be about my AR-15 pistol build. I built this about 6 months ago. I just wanted to go over some of the parts I used. To start off with, this is a SIG brace. I think it's called an SB15 SIG brace. That's the only part I have from SIG. From ALG Defense, I have their M-Lok 10-inch handguard here. It's incredibly lightweight, very thin, easy to get your hand around. I really like that. From Yankee Hill, I have a gas block, not adjustable. I think it's just a low-pro gas block. From Bravo Company, I have their Mod 4 medium latch charging handle. It's the charging handle that I use on both of my AR-15s. I'm getting ready to build my wife one. I'll probably use the same thing on hers. But the Mod 4, the medium latch, is really comfortable for me, and I really like that. From Bushnell, I have the TRS-25 red dot sight. As I'm sure you know, it's very inexpensive, but out to 100 yards it works fine on this. If I ever wanted to go more than 100 yards, I'll probably get something different, but for right now it works great. For Magpul, I have several things on here. Start with the K2 pistol grip. I like the K2 on a pistol. It's a little bit more vertical of a grip. The general, I think the MOE pistol grip is a little more swept back, but with the pistol I like a little bit more vertical of a grip. So instead of being swept back like this, it's a little more vertical like this. I think that works great on the pistol. I also have the polymer Magpul enhanced trigger guard. Just gives a little more room for a gloved finger. And next, I think the next Magpul piece I have is the Bad Lever battery assist device. I like them. I have them both of my ARs. I know a lot of people don't like them, but for me it makes manipulation, locking the charging handle back, and releasing the charging handle a little easier. So I can do it with one hand rather than two. At least releasing the charging handle, or releasing the bolt, excuse me. I can do it with one hand. And then locking the bolt to the rear, I can do it with two hands rather than two hands and a solid object like my knee or a table or something. And then the last Magpul product I have is the M-Lok hand stop here. It just gets my left hand in a good spot on the rail there, so that it's in a consistent spot and I can control it a little better. Next, from CAC Industry, I got their 9-inch Mr. Blonde barrel in 300 Blackout. When I built my pistol, I wanted it to be in 300 Blackout, so I did a little bit of research, not a whole lot. And for what I found, it seemed like 9-inch barrels were really good for 300 Blackout, so that's what I went with. And so far I've been very happy with the CAC Industry Mr. Blonde. At the end of that, I put the CAC Industry flash can. I didn't want a standard bird cage flash hider or anything like that. With a shorter barrel like that, the blast can really go out sideways, and if you're shooting at a range with people beside you, it can really irritate them. So I put the flash can on there to direct that blast forward and down range to not irritate anyone beside me. And the last thing from CAC Industries is the upper completion kit, which includes the ejection port door and the forward assist. From Palmetto State Armory, that's the last manufacturer I used for these. From Palmetto State Armory, I have the stripped lower receiver, the stripped upper receiver, the lower parts kit, the gas tube, and the buffer tube and buffer spring. So that's essentially all the parts that I have in here. Also, one other thing from Magpul, I use their PMags. It's the only magazines I've ever used in my own guns, and I'm very happy with them. I don't plan on switching them out. The ammunition I'm using is Ozark Ordnance and Freedom Munitions. As I'm sure you know, 300 can be pretty expensive. I found their reloads to be very good. I've had no issues out of them. Now this, as I said, I built about 6 months ago. I have about 200 rounds through it, and I'm very, very happy so far. I've had zero issues out of anything. I'm a member of the AR-15.com forum, so I looked on there a little bit and I saw that it seemed a lot of people who were building AR pistols, specifically in 300 Blackout, did have cycling issues, especially if they weren't an experienced builder, if it was their first build. So when I built this, I was fully expecting to have some issues that I'd have to work out, possibly get a different buffer for a different weight. But to my surprise, I had no issues whatsoever. It's been great so far, and I'm very happy with it. I like the shorter length of the barrel. I thought about going with something shorter, like a 7.5, but in the end, I'm very happy I went with a 9-inch. And again, I've had no issues out of it, and it's been great so far. It's nice, lightweight, compact, and out to 100 yards, it's been great. I do want to try it out a little further. I've got some other optics I can put on there and try it, so I may do that at some point. If you guys have any questions about this gun or any of the other guns I've shown in my videos, please feel free to post below in the comment section. If you like this video, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.